Hey guys, Kongai here, and today I have a replay for you featuring the Vanguard ELC Even 90. We are bottom tier on Pearl River. And on this map, as a bottom tier light tank with no DPM, which specializes in stealth and ambush tactics, hit and run tactics should I say, more like guerrilla tactics, what am I to do on this map? That's a good question, and at the start of this game I had no clue. And so I decided to drive up to the top of this sniping position, just to spot out the middle, see if anything drives up there, and kind of just wait and see where my team goes, and then kind of support the heavies as a bottom tier light tank. I know, that's weird. I decided I was going to go with the heavies, and anytime somebody is shooting at my heavy tanks, I will punish them. And poke around and put, 3 shots into them, hopefully. And that'll be what I do. Anyway, I knocked down this tree, and I'm like, you know what? Maybe I should have done that in case somebody's going to blind fire it. So I'll go over here instead and not knock down this tree this time and just spot out the middle. Because my camera rating is good enough to not have a tree or a bush to conceal me. I will definitely spot someone first just because this thing is so stealthy. But while we're up here waiting, what's so special about this game? Well, it's a long one, and it escalates. Well, it takes a while to escalate. But then when it does... oh boy, this is one of the funnest games I have had in a long time. And, yeah, I didn't think we'd be able to pull it off, but no spoilers. We'll find out if we're able to later in this video. But here we go. I'm like, wow, my heavy force is actually going this way. Alright, that's cool. I'll lead the charge. I just want to see, can I go up here at all? Maybe you can. I failed it. We're not going to try again. I thought about it, and I'm glad I didn't. I'm very glad I didn't. At the same time, I kind of wish I did, and I tried again, and I made it to the top, because that'd be hilarious. But hey, who cares, right? Who cares? But here we go. I'm going to be leading the charge right now, just because we've seen where they are, and it looks like they're kind of falling back. I've let this Kronvong catch up to me. There we go. He passes me. He's on my right now. And we're going to pass him again. We spot a Super Conqueror, and I'm like, you know what? I have speed. I'm just going to zip around this corner, see if anything else is here. Yes, there is. There's a Death Star up there. All right, cool. And this is where we're going to hunker down for a moment. What's around this corner? Oh, it is that guy. He tracks us. Comes back around, we put a shell into him, he fires, I've got a faster interclip reload, so I'm gonna like, alright, cool, buddy, let's do this again, let's dance, poke around again, he does hit us, he wins the trade, but I'm not gonna let him get away with winning this trade. I'm gonna put another shell into him, and then we will have won the trade, because he's done 300 to us, and I've done 485 on a 220 alpha gun. I should have done 440, so I rolled pretty high, and he rolled somewhat low. He did 297 to me, but yeah. That's about it. Well, now it's going to kind of be a little bit slow for now as we try to put another shell on this guy. We had him there. We were just slow on the trigger. We could have put a shot into the side of his tank, but we're unable to. But Loaded Dice event is coming back, finally. Hopefully, it will actually be turned on this time. It is going to be starting on Tuesday. All right, Tuesday. So the 3rd of March, and it will be going on for a full week. However, +1 -1 will not be coming at the same time. Well, it will be coming, but not until the weekend. It will be starting on Friday and going until Sunday. +1 -1. Well, actually, I think it's going till Monday. It will only be for 4 days, only for the weekend, which is what they did last time, which is a little bit upsetting. It's like, oh man, because +1 -1 is like the greatest event of all time, and it's only going to be lasting for a week. So this Death Star comes around, or a weekend, and we do put a singular shot into him, and we have the Super Conqueror. He did just fire. He's not looking at me. I thought, can I shoot his lower plate? No, I cannot. This gun's penetration is plenty to go through the lower plate of a Super Conqueror. Most guns in the game that it will ever be fighting are plenty to go through the lower plate of a Super Conqueror. Super Conqueror's lower plate is very, very weak. This Death Star is here. He's staring at my corner. Okay, we're not going to do that. I'm just going to wait for my friends. One of them is going to pull around the corner, and hopefully we're going to be able to put 2 shots into this guy. There we go. He's looking away. Yeah, no, he's not quite looking away yet. Come on. Come on. Come on, there's a light tank right on your left. Look at him, not at me. There you go, he's not looking at me now. Put a shell in his tracks. Then he gets finished off to the Kronvong. Now we have a shot on this guy. I thought about just going for central mass. I'm like, nah, we can track him. And we do hit his tracks, but unfortunately, the 90mm gun, unable to take him off in one shot. So that magazine there, technically we were able to get the assist off of the Death Star. Well, actually, exactly we were. And we did put a shell in the Death Star earlier, but that was like a minute earlier. We kept those 2 shots loaded for about a minute. And now we're going for a reload, and this is, like I said, this is a slow game at first, but it's going to pick up. We are now down, it's 6-10. They've killed 10 of our tanks, we've killed 6, we're also down artillery, already just fired at me. Trying to get a shot on this guy, we do not actually have a shot. Do I have any shots on this bat chat? No, I do not. I'm going to have to wait for my team to kind of catch up now, because I really don't want to get too far ahead of them. And so I'm kind of just staying here and waiting for my heavy tanks. There you go. My heavy tanks have caught up. They spotted a T-34-2. Can we put some free shots into him? We're going to try to, and we're going to succeed to put free shots towards him. That doesn't mean we're going to be putting free shots into him. We have the back end of his tank fired off, and that one goes into his tracks. The next one bounces off the back of his turret. And I'm not going to try again because I don't know what may be lurking behind him. We know there must be an Indian Panzer because we saw him behind there. But there may be something else. Perhaps the machine has come back. Perhaps the RDS shots. I tried to climb up there because I thought from up there I might be able to get some free shots. The Batchat's behind us. And so I have to make a decision now. Do I shoot the Batchat or do I shoot the 705? And I decide wherever the 705 points his gun, I'm going to point my gun. Okay, 705 is going back towards the Batchat, so I'm going to help him with the Batchat now. Come on, 705, put a big shell in. He does, and now we've got him in the side. We're going to put a shell in. Unfortunately, the first one bounces off, and then these ones I kind of wait for him to square up to me, and I put one in, and then I put two. There we go. We kill him, and now we have 3 tanks to there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This isn't going very well. And now this guy, the 705A, is now by himself versus a T-34-2, which shouldn't be an issue. But then comes an Indian Panzer, who is a potential one-shot if he can roll high. And who knows what else may be coming around the corner. He does put a shell in. He does not roll high enough to kill him, but he is low enough for us to kill him. And so we're going to be doing that. And he should be the priority target for me to shoot right now because he's a one-shot. But there's a machine, and I've decided if I put a couple shells into him, he'll be a one-shot for my 705. That's a bigger threat. Put a shell in the machine, put a shell back into the Indian Panzer. Now I just need to put one into this machine. Fire it off, and the shell goes a little bit low. We would have overmatched had that gone through his tracks and into his side, but we are unable to. And now he puts a shell in, and he just doesn't roll quite high enough, and he leaves the machine on 1 hit point. But that's going to come into play later. That's a very important for a very special medal that may come later. The artillery shotguns our Conqueror, because our Conqueror just finished off the T-10. And now, suddenly, it's a 2 versus 5. And I'm booking it. I'm going after this guy, because I'm not going to reload in time, and I'm going to die over if I help the 705. And it's just going to happen. The machine reloads, finishes off the 705A. Maybe I should have stayed with him because it looks like I reloaded before the machine was able to kill our 705A. So I may have made a mistake. But if you didn't notice for just a moment there, we were in a 1 versus 5. Now a 1 versus 4 against a T100LT, a T34-2, a machine, and an M46 Patton. And I'm shaking right now because suddenly I realize this is doable. If I kill the machine and whoever's on this cap circle, hopefully, I was hoping it was the T100, but I think I saw the T100 spawn behind, so I'm pretty sure it was the Patton when I was going to this. I'm like, there's no way the T100 was able to zoom this quickly across the battlefield, so it has to be the Patton. Hopefully, he's clippable for me, and he is. We put one into him, and then we finish him off with the second one, and we immediately go for the reload, and we're going to bob and weave, because that T100 is fast, and he may have shots on me right now, and so we got to make sure we go undetected before we drive in any straight lines. But there we go. We're not spotted anymore. We're just going to continue to drive up this hill and try to spot out, see if anybody's advancing towards me. Now we are in a 1 versus 3. One of them being a full health T34-2, which isn't the scariest of tanks. However, when you have to put 4 magazines into him, unless of course, sorry, not 4, 3 magazines into him, unless you roll high, but that's assuming every shell hits, then it's going to take you over a minute to kill him. So that's a little bit scary. And I was taking that into account. The machine is on 1 hit point. That is fantastic news. That's great news. We know the machine's on 1 hit point, so it should be a problem. But the T100 is behind us, and he is healthy. We try to put a shell into him on the move, then we crash. And but luckily we crashed with this rock in between the two of us, so he doesn't quite have a shot. I'm going to go for a reload because I realize I can't kill either of them with this magazine. So let's go for a reload and get out of here. I fired one on the move because if I had hit the T100 there, he would have been clippable, but we missed, unfortunately, there. And I'm going to cut left here. They're going to think I'm going to continue driving away. That is not true. I am going to be going straight back to base, exactly where they just were, and I'm going to be killing the machine because I know it's him, and I know he's a one-shot, and he shouldn't be expecting me from coming from this side because he's going to assume that his team has cleared this area. However, I know of these back ways, and I'm going to be using them to get back to the base and resetting it without hopefully even getting shot at. That's the plan anyway, and that's what I'm going to do. And if I can do this, we're going to change our 1 versus 5 into a 1 versus 2. And all we're doing right now is just using our mobility. This guy's pinging the base, Okay, thank you. I'm very glad you're aware that it's being captured. I'm definitely not heading there right now, but it's pretty cool. And we're going to be trying to reset. Now, this guy pinging, he was trying to help, but he kept kind of almost setting me to the wrong places. Luckily, a lot of the times I didn't listen to him. I was kind of relying on my own instincts. But there he is. There he is. Nice, easy shot. He's backing up. And then he stops right as we fire. Psychic, but it doesn't matter. Second shell goes in. We go for the reload immediately. And I know what side they were on. They are circling the map counterclockwise. So if I run this way, two things I have in my mind that may happen. One, they may still be continuing counterclockwise, and they may be coming from the side I'm going towards. Two, they, as soon as they see me, may be cutting back through the middle or through around the the clockwise position where I just came from. But my initial thought is they're probably going to cut through the middle because that's probably how far they made it before I got spotted. They probably thought I was almost at their base. So I assume they're either cutting through the middle or going around counterclockwise, which, if they're going around counterclockwise, clone guy, you're going to run straight into them. Yes, I know this. That is why I'm not going to continue. I'm hoping I'm fast enough to cut this way, because by going over here, I will spot them if they go through the middle and go towards my base. I'll get a couple free shots, then I can run away. If they come from behind, I can fall off this cliff in front of me and disengage. And that's exactly where they come from, is from behind. And we have a nice cheeky shot underneath this little waffle we're going to try to put into this guy. We are able to, we put it in, and now he is clippable. And a one shot, and I'm going to do something here very, very sneaky. I know I can go down this slowly and survive. And I'm hoping they follow me, because right now they're staying together. I need them to either both come after me right now off that cliff, and hopefully one of them takes too much damage, or one of them comes off. That guy does. He comes off, and he loses 800 health. You don't see it on screen, but he just fell off, and he loses 800. He's now clippable. So is this T100 because of that one shot we put into him. So I have a decision to make, and I've decided I'm going to go after this T100. He is now clippable. All I have to do is make sure all these shells hit, and we're going to get real close to him. The first one misses from that range. The second one goes in, but now he's not clippable, and then the third one bounces off of his turret, and that's pretty much at this point. I was like, that's it. That's it. There's no hope for in the world now. Unfortunately, I think we messed this game up. We relied on RNG to allow us to win that game, hoping that from 15 meters our gun would be able to hit a tank that wasn't moving, but unfortunately, we weren't able to. But this tank with the derpy gun was able to. So, you know, there's the difference between well, there's the difference in RNG. Had we killed that T100 LT, I would have run away, reloaded, come back and clipped the T34 too. We played that about as perfectly, I think, as we could. Other than the first shell we took from the 5100, which we didn't need to take, I think we played that nearly perfectly. And it's just a little bit disappointing when you get into a 1 versus 5, and the thing that screws you over is not a bad play, but instead a couple missed shots. And because we were auto-locked, my hands were shaking so badly. I thought about manually aiming those. I'm like, I can't do that. I'm shaking too much. So I decided to auto-lock those. Central mass, they would have hit, they should have hit had they gone anywhere near the center of the circle from, 15 meters away, but unfortunately they did not, and we lose the game because of it. And we lost the game to a T-34-2 who only penned 2 shots. Well, I guess 3 now, so that's a little bit unfortunate there. But that's the game. A little bit of a heartbreak, I know. I apologize, but we will get that Koala Mentality eventually, and we'll throw it on the channel. I mean, we have a few, 3 of them, but we'll get another one eventually. That's the plan. Anyway, I hope you guys all enjoyed. If you did, slap that like button. Comment, subscribe. Let me know what you would have done differently or what you think I should have done differently in that game to hopefully pull it off. Leave in the comments below. And make sure you go check out SpaceBANDIT and Koala Mentality's YouTube's links in the description below. And I'll see you guys all later. Take care, everyone, and peace out.